Hey Spirit Tribe, Gigi here with Spirit Readings, and I'm so glad and so happy that you're able to join me here today, taking a look at the month of September for Libra. So wherever you happen to have Libra in your birth chart, or if you're just wanting to check in on a Libra, hello and welcome. So happy to have you here. Happy birthday to any of my September Libras. All right, we are getting messages from our guides and angels this month. So the angel here says spiritual guidance, protection from harm. So your guides and angels want you to know that they are, protecting you from any and all harm. They are working overtime behind the scenes on your behalf for your highest and greatest good. Please keep in mind that there are so many of us, so not everything may resonate, and that's perfectly okay. You can just set it to the side for someone else or for later even. It may make more sense as events continue to unfold. Anything and everything is possible when we believe. So if it doesn't apply, you just go on ahead and you let her fly. No harm, no foul, no big deal. If you are new here, please keep in mind that I have had strokes, so that can really affect my memory. I can struggle to find my words or even get them out properly. I do get tongue-tied. I also have tremors, so it can make shuffling a bit of a challenge, especially when it feels like I'm being zapped in my hands. Whenever that happens, I tend to drop whatever I'm holding, cards included. I also have glaucoma, so sometimes I do have to bring the cards a little closer to my face so that I can see them properly. So just bear with me, you guys. The messages get out the way that they are meant to eventually, right? Okay, Libra, you are getting a bonus in this month's reading. Thank you so much for running the numbers up on last month's reading. If you want a chance at a bonus in next month's reading, make sure you run them numbers up on this reading. Everything that you need to know about me, about this channel, you can find that in the description down below, especially if you would like to book a personal private reading, if you would like to purchase something off of my wish list, like a card deck or a candle or something for my household, something for my fur babies, or if you would just like to make a donation, that can all be found in that description box down below. So make sure you check that out. Now, before we get into cards, we are going to get an Enchantress guide message from the Spirit board. So, all right, Spirit, Libra, September 2025, an Enchantress guide message. What is it that Libra needs to know here? All right, we have communication coming in. Enchantment for communication. Have with you a photo of the person to whom you would like to express your feelings. Say a blessing that has meaning to you over the photo. Talk silently or out loud to the communication enchantress. Say whatever comes to mind without censoring yourself or holding back. Ask the enchantress for assistance in opening the channels of communication. Raise the energy by singing the following chant. Enchantress, full name of person, will listen to me. I want to communicate, so shall it be. Ooh, okay. Enchantress, full name of the person will listen to me. I want to communicate, so shall it be. Know that whether you speak your truth silently, in person, or in your dream, the message will be received. You can also send your message as a thought form. It is the intention and focus that you put into it that will be felt by the person you need to reach. Remember, enchantresses know that we all live in an enchanted world, and so should you. Oh, okay, love it. All right, let's get some influence of the angels. Tarot messages here for you, Libra, this month of September. Let's see what Libra needs to know. Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance, your wisdom, and your truth in all things and at all times and in all ways. Yes, all right, we already have 3 messages. So the first one is Knight of Wands coming in. We have, ooh, look, the High Priestess showing up. And, ooh, the happiest card in the deck, the Sun. I love it. You know, Sun is in Libra for you this month of September, you know, starting out for Libra. And we also have the Queen of Swords coming through here as well. So, all right, some interesting energies here. So let's start with this Knight of Wands and see what we need to know here. You know, Knights are young energy. They are often, you know, about movement, and Wands is fire. Fire is the power of taking action. So maybe there's something you need to take action on. And Knights embody the confident establishment of oneself in the world. We have Samuel de Champlain, 1574 to 1635 here. Samuel de Champlain was a French navigator, explorer, and cartographer. As a child, he accompanied his father and uncle, both mariners, on various voyages. As a young man, he first went to the New World as a member of the Spanish fleet, and later, 1603, joined an expedition to explore the French-held lands in North America. In 1608, Champlain established the French settlement that is now Quebec City. He was the first European to explore and describe the Great Lakes, and subsequently mapped much of eastern Canada and the northeastern United States. In 1620, while on an expedition, he received an order from the French king to return to Quebec and supervise the French territories. Champlain established forts and trading companies and oversaw the growth of New France. During his travels and as de facto governor, he formed relationships with various native tribes and agreed to provide assistance in their wars against the Iroquois. Champlain published his maps and wrote about his voyages, expeditions, and interactions with native people and the French living among them. He is known as the father of New France. Symbols, we have the horse, which is strength, endurance, and the means to accomplish a goal. We have a ship in the background. In the time of Champlain, ships like this were used to explore the New World. Here, the ship represents movement toward the next goal or discovery. We have an angel holding a compass. The angel represents supportive guidance that may be accessed whenever needed. Direct meanings, actively pursuing a goal, new experiences, adventure, staking a claim in the world, determination, and sustained energy. Shadow meanings, constantly moving but getting nowhere, restlessness, losing energy after a robust start, fizzling out, trying to make things happen without a solid plan. Angelic message, may your journey be filled with purpose and energy. Keep in mind that I'm here to help guide you so that you never stray too far from your intended path. Ooh, I love it. All right. The High Priestess here. Raziel is the keeper of secrets, sacred knowledge, and divine wisdom. Symbols, we have these pillars, one dark and one light. The pillars indicate duality, but Raziel stands between both. She doesn't have to choose between the two. This represents understanding and accepting a situation without having to choose which side you are on. The moon, the unconscious, Earth's cycles. We have a veil, a separation between the conscious and the unconscious. We have a scroll, knowledge and wisdom that has been passed down through the ages. A round disc. Raziel holds the seed of life as interpreted by sacred geometry. It is the blueprint of divine creation. The disc represents potential. We also have a pomegranate, which alludes to the myth of Persephone. In that story, the pomegranate is a metaphor for nature's growth, dormancy, regrowth cycle. The pomegranate represents the secret and hidden mysteries of life. Direct meanings, using and trusting your intuition and instincts, inherently knowing without needing to rationally understand, knowing without having to take action, understanding the potential of something and allowing it to develop naturally. Shadow meaning, mistaking a personal preference for intuition, being too passive. Angelic message, if you need to make a decision about something, take time to sit with it for a while. Respect your innate instinctual knowledge. Listen to the hunch. All right, we have the Sun, the happiest card in the deck. We have cherubs, our unnamed angelic beings. Their prime purpose is to show us the glory and greatness of God. They remind us that God's presence is with us every second of every day. Symbols, we have 4 cherubs. These cherubs take the form of young children, which conveys a sense of honest, buoyant playfulness. Their nakedness denotes a natural state as well as having nothing to hide. Additionally, 4 is the number that signifies balance and stability. The Sun, in the context of this card, the Sun represents God's loving and positive presence. Generally, it represents the idea that what was once hidden in darkness is now bathed in light. Things are out in the open, able to be seen and understood. Also, the Sun provides warmth and comfort. Most importantly, it sustains the existence of every living thing on this planet. It represents energy, enthusiasm, and liveliness. Direct meanings, clarity and understanding, positive energy, fresh and alive, young, new, confident, and enthusiastic, sensing the presence of God. Shadow meanings, unrealistically ignoring anything negative, forcing a positive spin on something that is neutral or negative. Angelic message. If you're not feeling the sun's positive energy, don't be dismayed. Try to be confident and think positively. Fake it till you make it. Before you know it, the enthusiasm is real. Ooh, okay. We also have the Queen of Swords, which is air. Air is the power of the mind. Air is your own energy showing up for you here, Libra. You know, queens are concerned with nurturing and the woman's role in society. We have Mary Wollstonecraft, 1759 to 1797. Mary Wollstonecraft was an English writer, best known for a vindication for the rights of women, 1792, an early landmark in feminist philosophy and women's rights. As a young woman, she worked as a governess and teacher, and much of her writing, both fiction and nonfiction, was about educating children. She disliked the aristocracy and preferred the idea of a more democratic culture. Influenced by Enlightenment thinkers, reason and rationality are fundamental to Wollstonecraft's philosophy. She strongly believed that providing girls and young women with a good education was the key to a better society. She observed many silly, sentimental, and superficial women during her time and blamed it on a patriarchal, I can't even talk all of a sudden, society that preferred pretty and passive females over well-taught, well-rounded, rational women. Wollstonecraft was an intellectual, and she wasn't afraid to tell it like she saw it in a straightforward and honest way. Symbols, we have books, education, and thinking. Miniature portrait in the upper left. The little painting on the bookshelf portrays 4 differently aged females: child, teen, young mother, and older mother. This indicates Wollstonecraft's concern about how girls develop into women and mothers. It also reminds us of how historically important she was to women's rights. Paper, pen, and sword. Wollstonecraft holds both pen and paper, and a sword rests against the table directly below. These items represent the ability to form one's own opinions and ideas and the capacity to communicate them properly. Angel, as we see, coming out of the bookcase with a glowing halo around her head. The angel embodies enlightenment. Direct meanings, helping others learn the truth and understand things rationally. Being or having an intellectual mentor, perceptive, able to recognize and have insight about something that isn't apparent to most others. Direct and honest communication, intellectual honesty, and courage. Shadow meanings, not being listened to or understood. Being told you think too much because it makes other people uncomfortable, especially those in power. Deemed eccentric because of one's independent thought or unconventional ideas. Angelic message. May your vision and honesty be embraced by all who have eyes to see and ears to hear. Yes, I'm going to take a quick drink. My throat is just so dry feeling lately. Ugh. Alright, let's see what's going on in the love department for you this September, Libra. Now, this can include yourself, family, friends, as well as significant other. It can also, you know, if you're like, hey Gigi, I really love my job, I really love people I get to work with, the people I get to interact with, then guess what? They are also included here, your hobbies too. So anything you love. All right, we have the Mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Is it you? I mean, you have to be really real with yourself. Sometimes we are the Mule. We also have Pale. It's time to get out of a situation. We have Older Man, dealings or relationship with an older man. And, you know, he can be anywhere in your relationships. Could it be yourself? Absolutely, if you identify as an older man. I always say the first person that comes to mind. You also have the Ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. So you're coming together with someone, whether it's to fully commit yourself romantically, or if you're merging a business or going into business with someone. So it could be either way. Perhaps September is the month you're getting married, or your anniversary month. That is possible. You know, make sure you're reading the fine print though before you sign anything, guys. Make sure you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. All right, let's see what's going on in career and finance for you this month of September, Libra. I always like to know what's going on with my money. You know, I'm always like, hey, yo, give me $1 million. You know, like how nice would it be if you woke up tomorrow and there's just $1 million sitting in your account? So I'd be like, yep, I manifested that. I sure did. Show me the dadgum money. All right, you do have the 4-leaf clover for great good fortune. You feel lucky because you are lucky. You have the Star, which says guaranteed success. So, you know, the Star in Tarot is also the energy of Aquarius, a fellow air sign. Keeping your hope, keeping your faith, believing in your dreams. We do have broken wishbone. A wish will not be granted, but, you know, something I read recently said rejection is spirit's protection. So whatever this was, you know, I feel like it would have caused more harm than good, and your guides and your angels are telling you, set the bar a little bit higher. Be very specific in your details. You also have the Carrot, opportunity or windfall. So, you know, this golden carrot, this golden opportunity, you guys, you know, you tilled the land and you planted your seeds in fertile ground. You nourished them, you know, you spoke goodness over them and really just nurtured them, and now you have a great harvest on the way. All right, let's see what's going on in life for you this month of September, Libra. You know, life do be lifing a little too hard sometimes. You know, your girl here is like, hey, yo, life, why don't you pump your brakes and use some Vaseline? And life's like, nah, bro, I'm not gonna. And I'm just like, you know, you can handle it. And I'm like, okay. Just because I can, don't mean I want to, though, you know? Like, I would like to coast on Easy Street just a little bit, like, just once. Let me coast down Easy Street. So you did have some flyers here. You had the hammock, which flew out, taking a vacation physically or mentally. For some, maybe it's a bit of a staycation. You know, if you're like, well, I really can't afford to go anywhere, but boy, howdy, I need a break. You also have success coming in here as well with the stars. You're guaranteed this success. You do have the Parrot. Someone will gossip about all your secrets, so be careful who you are confiding in. Not everyone is trustworthy, and I think it stems from jealousy on their part. But you also have happiness. I mean, you did have the Sun, the happiest card in the whole deck, and the birds flying there are messengers. So perhaps you're waiting for a message to come in, which just brings you even more happiness. All right, let's get a message from the moon. The moon is all about changes in our lives. You know, the moon herself goes through her changes, her cycles, her phases from new to full. She is beautiful, wonderful, and amazing in whatever phase she happens to be in, and so are you. So let's get some messages from Mama Moon here for Libra this month of September. Right, we have communication is key. New moon in Gemini coming in. So Gemini is also an air sign. So, you know, air showing up for you again here. A time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. So some earth energy coming in here. All right, communication is key. New moon in Gemini. Time to tell someone how you feel. And you know, you had that with communication with the Enchantress guide as well. Don't be all in your head and not in your heart. Someone is flirting with you. Hey, hey. Read more books. Attune to the moon. Write a list of all the people you love most and see if you're prioritizing them, you know. Maybe you find, maybe you do find, you know what, I have been the mule, and maybe you kick your own behind there a little bit. All right, a time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. Gradual improvements are coming. Pay attention to detail if you want that success, you guys. You have to have a plan without being pedantic. Be of service to others and love and money will follow. The person you're asking about, if you are, is reliable. You can count on them. Attune with the moon. Recommit to healthy morning and evening routines. You need the structure. You need the balance. You need the stability. You need all the good things all the time, right? All right, Libra, let's get a spirit animal guide here for you this month of September and see what their message is for Libra. All right, we have the Ace of Winter, and aces are all about new beginnings, new opportunities being made available to us, and you have the cute little panda here. Implementation of your brilliant new idea may get off to a rocky start, but keep going. You know, you're not meant to just give up because it didn't work out right the first time you try. The challenges will help you refine your plan and reshape your goals into something even better. So that is why that broken wishbone did not work out. You know, you're meant to have bigger, better, brighter is what Spirit is giving me here. All right, Libra, let's get you some fairy dust mini deck messages here for the month of September. Let's see what the fairies want Libra to know. All right, that one there and that one there. All right, you have flowers. Flowers will brighten up your space and create a very friendly place. You know, I can buy myself flowers. You know that song? And maybe you're like, you know what, I can buy myself flowers. All right, we also have turquoise. A turquoise crystal is color blue. Its healing magic works on you. Yes, I love it. All right, let's see. get some star seeds mini deck messages here for you this month of September, Libra. Let's see what else Libra needs to know here. Right. Ooh, you got patience coming in. Ooh, that patience word. That's the real F word, right? Be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. Divine timing, divine guidance here, you guys. You also have fruition, you know, that carrot. Rest assured your dreams and visions will come to fruition. Release the outcome, you guys. Free it up and let the universe really work its magic for you. All right, your bonus is going to come from the Angel Answers Oracle. You know, maybe you have questions, or maybe this is just another way for your guides and your angels to get a message for you, Libra. September, you have a big fat no. Now I feel like this no is around this broken wish, you guys. It's not meant to work out that way, and they are really telling you to stop trying to force it to. You will only do more damage. All right, okay, so all right, Libra, these are your messages. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, please drop me a comment down below. Let me know. Make sure you smash the heck out of that like button, that old thumbs up button. Hit it with the razzle dazzle. If you haven't already and you find you keep coming back here, please subscribe to the channel, you guys. That truly means so very much to me. I love growth. I love expansion. I love being able to interact with all of you. It really does bring a lot of joy into my life. You know, you are part of the teamwork that makes this dream work. I wouldn't be able to do it without all of you, and I'm very thankful and grateful. Make sure you run the numbers up on this reading so you get a bonus in your next month's reading. So you are being divinely guided, divinely protected in all of your relationships. Pray over, you know, your business or your marriage, you know, the person that you're going to be marrying if you're not already. Pour some love and light into all of your relationships. Believe in yourself. You know, you are nurturing things. You're taking care of things. You deserve bigger, better, brighter. This thing is just not meant to work out. But release the outcome, you know. Ask Spirit to show you why, if you really want to know, or tell the universe, you know what, I trust and believe that you are working things out on my behalf for my highest and greatest good. I am lucky, I am blessed, I am fortunate, and you know, you deserve to rest, you guys. You know, choose happiness, believe that you are successful, but also be careful of who you vent to, of who you tell things to, because not everybody is really for you, unfortunately. And then ask for that parent to be removed from your life. All right, Libra, from the bottom of my heart, I love and appreciate each and every single one of you, and I want to say thank you, blessed be, namaste, and goodbye.